Is this the best documentary movie ever made? Here is the plot. In the aftermath of the deadly Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, a civil lawsuit was filed against white nationalist leaders and organizations on behalf of plaintiffs who suffered injuries while peacefully counter-protesting. This documentary chronicles this seminal civil rights trial, exposing a broad network of conspirators and detailing the challenges of holding those leaders and organizations liable for their actions. You are watching no accident. Searching for an action, science fiction, horror movie that hits different. Check this out. A deep-sea submersible pilot revisits his past fears in the Mariana Trench and accidentally unleashes the 70-foot ancestor of the great white shark, believed to be extinct. The title is The Meg. Trust me, you aren't ready for this action, thriller, crime plot. It goes like this. Super assassin John Wick returns with a $14 million price tag on his head and an army of bounty hunting killers on his trail. After killing a member of the shadowy International Assassins Guild, the High Table, John Wick is excommunicado, but the world's most ruthless hitmen and women await his every turn. Today's pick is John Wick, Chapter 3 Parabellum. You need to add this to your watch list right now. It is a drama film about a ticking time bomb insomniac and a slippery soap salesman channel primal male aggression into a shocking new form of therapy. Their concept catches on, with underground fight clubs forming in every town, until an eccentric gets in the way and ignites an out-of-control spiral toward oblivion. The name is Fight Club. This is one of the best movies in the animation, family, comedy, fantasy, adventure category. The story is simple. Shrek, Fiona, and Donkey set off too far away to meet Fiona's mother and father. But not everyone is happy. Shrek and the king find it hard to get along, and there's tension in the marriage. The fairy godmother discovers that Shrek has married Fiona instead of her son Prince Charming and sets about destroying their marriage. It is titled Shrek 2. Looking for something to watch? This comedy film is incredible. Here is the plot. While the original parodied slasher flicks like Scream, Keenen Ivory Wayans' sequel to Scary Movie takes comedic aim at haunted house movies. A group of students visit a mansion called Hell House, and murderous hijinks ensue. The name of this movie is Scary Movie 2. If you love action movies, you need to see this. The plot follows this story. Upon the empire's fall to invading conquistadors, the 16th century Incas quickly concealed a sacred manual containing the secrets behind their deadly fighting technique. But after centuries of careful safeguarding, the manual is again at risk of falling into the wrong hands, leaving its rightful guardian to battle the world's greatest assassins to protect the ancient secrets within. This masterpiece is called Fist of the Condor. POV, you found the perfect science fiction, action, adventure movie for tonight. Here is the vibe. 65 million years ago, the only two survivors of a spaceship from Samaras that crash-landed on Earth must fend off dinosaurs to reach the escape vessel in time before an imminent asteroid strike threatens to destroy the planet. The movie is 65. This movie will honestly change your life. It is a family, fantasy, animation, romance masterpiece. The story, Cinderella has faith her dreams of a better life will come true. With help from her loyal mice friends and a wave of her fairy godmother's wand, Cinderella's rags are magically turned into a glorious gown, and off she goes to the royal ball. But when the clock strikes midnight, the spell is broken, leaving a single glass slipper. The only key to the ultimate fairy tale ending. It is called Cinderella. You won't believe the ending of this animation, action, science fiction, drama, fantasy movie. It's about Bardock, Son Goku's father, is a low-ranking Saiyan soldier who was given the power to see into the future by the last remaining alien on a planet he just destroyed. He witnesses the destruction of his race and must now do his best to stop Frieza's impending massacre. You can find it under the title Dragon Ball Z, Bardock, the father of Goku. This movie will honestly change your life. It is an action, thriller, adventure masterpiece. The story, Ethan Hunt and his team are racing against time to track down a dangerous terrorist named Hendrix, who has gained access to Russian nuclear launch codes and is planning a strike on the United States. An attempt to stop him ends in an explosion, causing severe destruction to the Kremlin and the IMF to be implicated in the bombing. forcing the president to disavow them. No longer being aided by the government, Ethan and his team chase Hendrix around the globe, although they might still be too late to stop a disaster. It is called Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. You won't believe the ending of this drama comedy movie. It's about Tony Lip, a bouncer in 1962, is hired to drive pianist Don Shirley on a tour through the Deep South in the days when African Americans forced to find alternate accommodations and services due to segregation laws below the Mason-Dixon line, relied on a guide called the Negro Motorist Green Book. You can find it under the title Green Book. The movie of today is a must-watch. Its category is horror. The story of the movie is teenagers in a small town are dropping like flies, apparently in the grip of mass hysteria, causing their suicides. A cop's daughter, Nancy Thompson, traces the cause to child molester Fred Krueger, who was burned alive by angry parents many years before. Krueger has now come back in the dreams of his killer's children, claiming their lives as his revenge. Nancy and her boyfriend, Glenn, must devise a plan to lure the monster out of the realm of nightmares and into the real world. Today's movie is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Stop scrolling. You have to check out this story. In response to a global rise in demonic possessions, the Catholic Church reopens exorcism schools to train priests in the rite of exorcism. On this spiritual battlefield, an unlikely warrior rises, a young nun, Sister Anne. Thrust onto the spiritual front line with fellow student Father Dante, Sister Anne finds herself in a battle for the soul of a young girl and soon realizes the devil has her right where he wants her. It falls under horror, thriller. The title of this movie is Pray for the Devil. Stop scrolling. You have to check out this story. A young girl, Chihiro, becomes trapped in a strange new world of spirits. When her parents undergo a mysterious transformation, she must call upon the courage she never knew she had to free her family. It falls under animation, family, fantasy. The title of this movie is Spirited Away. Looking for something to watch? This action, comedy, thriller film is incredible. Here is the plot. Unlucky assassin Ladybug is determined to do his job peacefully after one too many gigs gone off the rails. Fate, however, may have other plans, as Ladybug's latest mission puts him on a collision course with lethal adversaries from around the globe, all with connected, yet conflicting, objectives on the world's fastest train. The name of this movie is Bullet Train. Searching for an action, science fiction, thriller movie that hits different? Check this out. In a time when monsters walk the earth, humanity's fight for its future sets Godzilla and Kong on a collision course that will see the two most powerful forces of nature on the planet collide in a spectacular battle for the ages. The title is Godzilla vs. Kong. I found a hidden gem for you today. It belongs to the documentary horror genre. The story is considered the most haunted doll in the world. Robert the Doll lives behind glass in a museum in Key West, Florida, where every year thousands of visitors who fail to follow his rules find themselves cursed. Victims have experienced illness, injury, accidents, and even death. But what makes Robert curse his victims? What evil entity lives inside this doll? This latest Shock Docs installment explores the true origin of Robert the Doll, uncovers the story of Robert's first owners in 1905, and seeks to find out why this doll is so nefarious. This movie is The Curse of Robert the Doll. This is one of the best movies in the action, adventure, war category. The story is simple. In the wake of King Edward's death, Uhtred of Bebbanburg and his comrades adventure across a fractured kingdom in the hopes of uniting England at last. It is titled The Last Kingdom. 7 Kings Must Die. If you love action, adventure, animation, family movies, you need to see this. The plot follows this story. Elastigirl springs into action to save the day, while Mr. Incredible faces his greatest challenge yet, taking care of the problems of his 3 children. This masterpiece is called Incredibles 2. If you love adventure, fantasy, action movies, you need to see this. The plot follows this story. Frodo and Sam are trekking to Mordor to destroy the One Ring of Power, while Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn search for the orc-captured Merry and Pippin. All along, nefarious wizard Saruman awaits the Fellowship members at the Orthanc Tower in Isengard. This masterpiece is called The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. You won't believe the ending of this action, animation, fantasy movie. It's about Tanjiro finds his family slaughtered and the lone survivor, his sister Nezuko Komodo, turned into a demon. To his surprise, however, Nezuko still shows signs of human emotion and thought. Thus begins Tanjiro's journey to seek out the demon who killed their family and turn his sister human again. A recap film of Kimetsu no Yaiba, covering episodes 1 to 5 with extra footage. You can find it under the title, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba Siblings Bond. This is one of the best movies in the mystery, thriller, action category. The story is simple. During a crack epidemic to narcotics agents hunting for a cop killer. Hoping for leads, Moore-Ann and Thornton pay off a junkie informant to provide for his wife and son. Moore-Ann involves the stool pigeon in a deadly scheme. This causes the partners to come under the scrutiny of a suspicious internal affairs agent. It is titled Confidential Informant. Is this the best romance drama movie ever made? Here is the plot. Yeondu asks her best friend Bora to collect all the information she can about Baek Hyunjin while she is away in the US for heart surgery. Bora decides to get close to Baek's best friend, Pung Woonho first. However, Bora's clumsy plan unfolds in an unexpected direction. In 1999, a year before the new century, Bora, who turned 17, falls into the fever of first love. You are watching 20th Century Girl. If you love movies, you need to see this. The plot follows this story. This masterpiece is called Gabriel's Inferno, Part 4.